What's up, family? What's up, family? Welcome to Daily Dosage with the Porters, where we go live Monday through Friday at 12 noon. 12 noon with a dose of drug.
And that drug is doing right under God. That drug is doing right under God. So, I mean, we will be remiss if we don't address the fact before we welcome you all into today. We want to say we're glad to be back. We're glad to be back. I know many of you have been looking for us as we have been gone, and pardon us for not putting up something letting you know that daily dosage was going to be paused for a few days as we were traveling. So thank each and every one of you that have showed up today, and was showing up those days as well, looking for us. So our apologies that we did not make that known, that we would not be going live with Daily Dosage those days last week, because we had the opportunity of traveling out of town where we both graduated over the weekend. I think I have to do a separate live in regards to graduation because I just haven't been able to put it all into words as of yet. But be on the lookout. I will be doing a impromptu live to just think. I mean, it is just a lot. It's a lot that I would like to say. I can't just capture it in one post, so it will be alive. Hello, everybody that's joining us. Again, if you're joining us today for the first time, you please put in the comments that you're joining us for the first time. And if you are joining us for the first time, let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know where you're watching us from. And so if you're wondering, like, who are you? We are prophetess Dr. Jalita Porter, and this is the apostle Dr. Jerry Porter Jr., right? And so we have the privilege and the honor to serve alongside some amazing individuals at the Real Ministry Houston Hub, where they are on fire
And going higher.
in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. So y'all go ahead and tag a few people, get a few people in the room. Since we haven't been going live, I know that there may be some inconsistency in the people that are showing up. So make sure you go ahead and tag them and let them know that we are live.
Yeah. Y'all do that. And just to kind of just briefly touch on, which we will go live and talk about it. Man, the weekend was really for me, it was just like a well done from God. It was well done from God. It was a pleasing point that I just feel like God was acknowledging the work that my wife and I has been putting in for years. And man, it was an amazing time, and I think the video the live that we're going to do is just really going to be a place of just gratitude, for me, and I'm sure it's going to be the same for her. So be on the lookout, man. Set your notifications, because I want to talk about Chicago, not just the graduation. I want to talk about Chicago and a few things that we experienced out there in a short time we was out there. So man, y'all stay tuned for that. But man, y'all come on in, bring somebody with y'all, tag somebody who you all been seeing on a daily dose. Just tell them come get their drug. Come get their drug for today because we going higher. We going higher, y'all. We going higher. All right. All right, so as they're coming in, look, the title for today is You Don't Need More, You Need Discipline. You do not need more, you need discipline. So while they coming on in, man, you prepare yourself because each drug we do is supposed to be a dose you're taking. Yes, we sharing, tagging people to come get their dose of drug, but it be for you. You who that's on here now, this dose of drug is for you. So you have to be able to tune your ears to not what me and Prophet is saying, but what his God is saying, considering your season, considering your situation, considering your circumstances, because God is speaking. And the truth of the matter is, He's been speaking for a time now. But have we been listening? And a lot of us, we've been hearing, but haven't been adhering. And so, whatever God dish out for you on today, hear and adhere, and your life will never be the same.
Amen. So today we're going to have a real conversation because many people, and we were people before. Many people are asking God for more. I can remember I used to be praying year after year, as this is my 6th year in the text industry, right? So each and every year, I used to be praying for more. I pray for more clients. I pray for more money. I pray for more opportunities. I pray for more growth. I pray for more impact. And many times people are praying. We are praying for more, right? But what if the issue is not that you need more? What if the issue is that you need discipline? What if the issue is that you need discipline? Because you can have vision and still lack structure. I gotta say that again. I gotta repeat this because this is seen all over the place. I have witnessed this from my perspective. I have witnessed this from others' perspectives that have some serious stuff that God has entrusted them to, that has something that has the ability to go beyond, that has the ability to expand. And God is a man that his desire is to answer our prayers. So many of you are praying for more clients in your business. You're praying for more money. You're praying for more opportunities. You're praying for more growth. You're praying for more impact, but you don't have no discipline. Your issue is not that God is withholding or not answering your prayers, because I would have thought God just wasn't answering my prayers in them times because I wasn't getting the more that I was praying for. And the reason why I wasn't getting the more is because I didn't have an issue with getting the more, because he's a God and he says, if I pray and I ask in his son Jesus' name, then he'll give it to me. So it wasn't a matter of that. There wasn't an issue with my prayer and what I desire. It was an issue that I did not have discipline. You can have a vision, you can have and still lack structure. You can have oil and still lack order. You can have an assignment and still lack systems to sustain it. You can have all of those things and still lack order and systems. Are you asking God for increase while avoiding the discipline that's required to manage it?
Yeah.
I want to ask you that question again. Are you asking God for increase while avoiding the discipline required to manage it?
Yeah.
And it, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Now you go ahead.
Nah, but that is true. Blessings to you all who come in. That is true. I've been in that place where I would ask God for more money, more favor, enlarge my business. But the truth is, I didn't need more of those things. I just needed more discipline. And I like to make it personal for me, even though I hope what I'm saying you can relate. But I used to pray for God. And what I understood was, even when they talk about the story in the Bible about those with the gifts, he's going to give you what you can manage, what you can handle, what you have the capacity to receive. And so myself, I was not managing the things that I already had. I was not disciplined. And so I want to ask you something real. What if the more you asking for is going to require you to be more disciplined? So based on what you are praying for, are you ready to receive it?
Come on.
Let's be real. Are you willing to wake up 3 a.m. to receive that thing you praying for? Are you willing to put in those extra, be disciplined and put in those extra hours that you need to manage that $1 million business that you're praying for? Because more without discipline becomes waste. More without structure becomes stress. More without maturity becomes mismanagement.
Absolutely. And so discipline is consistent. Discipline is intentional behavior that aligns your actions with what you've been called to do.
Yeah.
Discipline is consistent. It's intentional behavior that aligns your actions with what you've been called to do. It is structure.
Yeah.
Discipline is systems. Discipline is follow through. I gotta say this again, because too many people are praying for increase, or praying for the blessing, or praying for more, and you don't have a system in place. You're not intentional. You're all over the place. You don't have a proper follow through, but you want more. More is going, if there is not a solid foundation, you is going to collapse. You are asking for more and it's going to burst. You don't have, It's mind boggling to me now when I see people and they talking about increase or they're praying for increase, but they don't have no structure or no system, looking foolish. And so that was me once upon a time. I wanted to service 100 plus clients and all this, but I didn't have not nail system, I didn't have not nail structure, and I definitely didn't have a good follow through because I was doing it all on my own. You need structure, systems, follow through, and support. Yeah. It is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, because many people think they lack opportunity when they actually lack consistency. Yeah. Discipline is what turns calling into capacity. Discipline is what turns calling into capacity. The apostle said that it's about the capacity. You praying for something that you don't have the capacity to receive, and it's just going to collapse. Yeah. Let's make this real for you today. Some people say, I need more clients. I need more income. I need more exposure, but they don't have a consistent system. They don't have a follow-up process. They don't have a structure for execution. They don't have a way to track what they're doing. And then when you have a way to track what you're doing, and that way is full of chaos and confusion, it's still not going to do what it needs to do. So when opportunities come, they slip through the cracks. Not because there isn't grace, but because there isn't structure to hold it. When opportunities come, they look a different way than what they should look because there is no structure. Yeah. What have you lost? Not because God didn't provide it, but because you didn't have the discipline to steward it. Yeah. What have you lost? That's a question. What have you lost? Many are lost. Many are in the process of losing because they don't have the discipline. They don't have the structure. They don't have what's needed to steward what they've gained.
Yeah. And you praying for increase, but not managing what you got. That's for those of you who want the new car, the bigger car, the better car, but you're not even keeping the car you got clean right now. You're not changing the oil. You're not getting the tires rotated. You're not doing the maintenance on that car, but you want the foreign car. For those of you who want the big house, the big mansion, but you're not even taking care of the apartment. Come on, you're not doing what you need to do in the small house you got now, but you want the big house. You asking for elevation, but not consistent where you are. You want next level, but you're not mastering the level that you're on. And now you calling it waiting on God. And the truth is, you're not waiting on God. God is waiting on you. He's waiting on you to be more disciplined. He's waiting on you to be more consistent. He's waiting on you to stay in faith and stop going into doubt. He's waiting on you. But it's really a lack of your discipline. You wake up when you feel like it instead of when you're supposed to. You work when you feel like it instead of when it's required. You pray when it's convenient instead of when it's necessary. And that ain't spiritual, that's undisciplined. And we're going to call this thing what it is. And so today we're going to go into some points, y'all, that's going to, again, change your perspective. And my first point is mismanagement. We have been mismanaging our time. We have been mismanaging our business. We've been mismanaging everything that God has given us to manage. Because again, if He know you have the capacity, again, if God gave it to you, I ain't talking about the things that we take on. I ain't talking about the extra baggage stuff that we add to us. I'm talking about what God gave you and the things God gave you, the time, the finances, the job, the business, whatever He's giving you, He's giving you the capacity to manage it. So you don't need more, you just need better management. Luke 16:10 says, he that is faithful in little. Come on, have you been little? If you can't handle little, more will expose you.
Come on, that part.
If you can't handle the little that you have now, more will expose you.
That part.
And see, this is why God don't want to give some of you all more, because it's going to expose that you're not really healed for real. It's going to expose that you still move in your flesh and not in the spirit. It's going to expose that you still operate in fear and not in faith. So more would expose you. So that's why God won't increase what you mismanage.
Come on. And so I want to take you to discipline sustains what grace starts. I want to help you with that. Discipline will sustain what grace starts. Grace can open the door. Grace can cause the opportunity to show up. Grace can do all of the above. However, discipline is what keeps it open.
Come on.
Discipline is what keeps it open. God can release opportunity, but discipline determines if it is sustained.
Come on.
Some people are anointed enough to start it, but not disciplined enough to maintain it.
Come on.
I watch people that are anointed to start something amazing. And I also watched in the start the next time around, because there was no discipline. And I told you that discipline is structure. Discipline is consistency. And because of that, it exposed that they didn't have it. When the increase came, some people are anointed enough to start, but not disciplined enough to maintain. You can start strong. You can start excited. You can start motivated. You can start passionate. But without discipline, things fall off.
Yeah.
Without discipline, details get missed. Without discipline, systems break down.
Yeah.
Without disciplines, opportunities get mishandled. Opportunities get mishandled. 1 Corinthians 14:40 says, let all things be done decently and in order.
Come on.
Order is not optional. Order is spiritual. Yeah. Again, order is not optional. Order is spiritual.
Yeah. And you know, I think it's not hard for some of us to be disciplined if someone else is helping us or somebody telling us. And so I think we need to get to that place where we need self-discipline. Because as we telling you these things right now, you're probably going to do some things. Some of you may hear and still not do, you know, but we need that self-discipline. That, man, when you're able to discipline yourself, I'm talking about that flesh, because a lot of us, we've been moving off of our emotions. Our emotions has been causing us not to be self-disciplined. Our emotion has been causing us to be inconsistent. And we have to stop with the emotional living. Come on. You can't move when you feel like it. Because I'm telling you, self-discipline, there's going to be some times where you have to be up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock to do some things, and you may not feel like it. You may be tired. Come on, your body may be worn out, but you have to be disciplined enough to decide to do what's required that's going to get you to your destiny. You have to do what's required. Come on. You can't move when you feel like it, because some of us will never feel like it. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, man, I don't feel like it today. But when I press, come on, the blessing is in the pressing. When you get to that place where I'm going to be disciplined, I'm going to press, that's where you're going to be blessed. See, some of y'all are not blessed because you don't want to press. Come on. The Bible tells us that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. That means you have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. You have to do the work. Galatians 5:16 says you have to walk in the spirit. That means you can't walk in your feelings.
Come on.
You can't walk in your emotions. You can't walk when you feel like it. You have to be able to walk in the spirit. When you walk in the spirit, you're being led by God. Come on. Feelings don't build results. Discipline does.
Come on.
See, because you've been trying to get results based on your feelings, and your feelings ain't going to get you no results. It's your discipline. And I'm telling you, discipline is going to require you doing some things that you don't want to do.
Come on.
Let's just be real. Man, I'm telling you, like, when you know, and again, this is for those of you who praying for more. Man, my wife and I, man, like, our schedule, I'm going to just be real with y'all. Our schedule, a normal, regular person would not be able to do it. Our family be like, y'all just like machines. Y'all always going. How y'all do this? Y'all need to rest. Y'all give us the capacity to do it. And he giving y'all the capacity to do some things, but you just not disciplined to do it.
And you walking in the spirit. You're walking in the spirit. You're walking in the spirit. And then so I want to show you that lack of structure creates loss.
Yeah.
Lack of structure creates loss. This is where it gets real for some of you. Sometimes things don't fall apart because God wasn't in it. Because you be wanting to say that. You want to say, well, God wasn't in it. No, if they fall apart because there was no structure to support it.
Yeah.
It's falling apart because there was no structure to support it. What you don't structure, you will eventually lose. How many times have you had something important come up, had an instruction in the moment, had something shift while you were moving, but you didn't write it down? Let me help you, because I'm like, so you know, like once you become wise and you walk in wisdom and you walk in relationship and you divorce and you really get rid of pride, and not just pride, the fruits of pride. Then so now when I see somebody walking in that same way, it does something to me, because you can walk. Let me tell you something. I don't think I think I'm the most spirit-led person in conversations or situations. So I follow God, but it comes times where I get instructions and I gotta stop and I gotta write it down. Something shifts while I'm moving, and I gotta stop and I gotta write it down. You don't write it down, you didn't track it, you didn't create a system for it, and later something was missed.
Come on.
And later something was missed. That's not always spiritual warfare, because then you won't blame it on that, or you won't push the blame over on somebody else. No, you just not disciplined. You just don't have no structure. It's a lack of structure. It's a lack of systems.
Oh, Jesus.
God can speak in a moment, but discipline captures the moment. Let me say that again, because then I be having people say, well, I be leading by God. God led me. Again, God can speak in a moment, but discipline is what captures the moment. If you don't document it, you risk losing what God revealed. You miss losing what God revealed. Take your time. Write that like God will speak. I believe in that. There are times where I could be having a conversation with somebody and the Lord will say, bless them. Bless them, or do this or do that. But I gotta write it down. I gotta text it to her. I gotta do something to make sure that's my structure. Oh Lord, y'all don't want to talk to me today. That's my structure. That's my sense of my form of structure in the moment. So that discipline is teaching me to capture the moment. Discipline captures your God moment.
Come on. And man, avoiding structure could be dangerous, y'all. Because you want freedom, but you're rejecting structure.
Come on.
Somebody put this in the comment. Your structure is your strength.
Come on.
See, some of you are weak because you don't have structure. Some of you don't feel strong enough to accomplish the thing that God gave you because you don't have no structure. He gave you the vision, but you didn't write it down. Look what Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision. Come on. It's not that you don't have vision. You just didn't write it down and made it plain. So God gave you the vision, and oftentimes we don't write it down the way God says because we still want to do it the way we want to. And so now in our mind, we want to add this person. We want to do it this way instead of writing it down the way God gave us, which would be the structure, which would be the direction, and which would be our strength. You feel weak in those moments because you have no structure. Structure is what sustains success. There's no success in your business, in your life, because there's no structure. And some people run away from structure, and I don't know why. You have to be able to write this thing down. Come on, God is giving you all some good stuff, but you just refuse to write it down, and I don't know why. You refuse to go and structure it the way God told you to do it. And another reason why you don't structure it the way God told you to do it is because you try to go to the end before you begin. You want to be able to reap the benefits without being disciplined. What we talking about? You want to get to that place where God has for you without being consistent.
All over the place.
Come on. What you restrict is actually protection. And so some things you have to restrict. Like, some things you have to do away from. Some things in this season have to be restricted. Come on. And you have to be able to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. And it starts with you writing this thing down.
That's good. That's good. The action is the discipline to do what God told you to do. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And so I want to help you because you know what? I was talking to Apostle, and most of our topics are things that gonna come from something that we've lived through or something that we grew through, and now we are experiencing it from someone else needing to grow, right? So I began to talk to Apostle on yesterday, and I began to say, what is the root? Like, you know what? We know that we need the discipline, right? We know that we're gonna need the discipline, but what is the root that's causing you not to become disciplined? Lord help me today. What is the root that's causing you to not put in systems? What is the roots that's causing you to not have structure? What is the roots that's causing you to not be intentional? Because we can talk about what's needed, but if we don't address the root that's preventing us to produce it, Lord Jesus, then we just talking. Lord, we just talking. So sometimes the root is pride. Talk to you because the word tells us that pride become after pride comes a fall, after pride comes a loss. So your root to this, mandi bikusha tadaban, the pride it can block your discipline, and this is a deeper root to this thing, because sometimes the issue is not laziness, the issue is not that you're just not pausing, the issue is not that you wasn't blessed with it. The issue is pride. It is pride. Because this is what pride says. Let me help you. Because you might be saying, I don't deal with pride. You devil. Oh Lord, today. I don't even know. But you say, this is what pride says. Pride says, I got it. Pride says, I don't need a system. Pride says, I'll remember. Pride says, I can manage it, and I can manage it all. Yeah. Pride says, I don't need to write it down. But let me help you. Humility says, today. Humility says, let me put structure in place. Humility says, let me track this. Humility says, let me stay accountable. Yeah. I saw somebody say something about accountability. Let me stay accountable, because guess what? Because there are moments or time where I know I don't have a structure. I know I don't have a system. I know, God, today, I don't have it. I know I don't have it all, because I had it all in my head. And my head wind up getting an injury, or I wind up getting something done to me, or something wind up happening that took over my thought process. So humility makes you stay accountable. So guess what humility looks like? Humility looks like when that thing begins to fall. Oh Lord, you're held accountable because you know you didn't have a system. You know you didn't write it down. So guess what humility says? Humility says, I know I was all over the place. Humility, hey God, I give you glory today. Humility says, I don't recall. However, oh God, I'm going to take accountability because I know I didn't have a structure. So if it's not saying that, then pride gonna speak, and pride gonna say, oh, I know this is what it was. Oh, I know that. Your pride is speaking. Oh God, today. So your pride is what's blocking you from your discipline. Hey God, today, help me today. Help me. Y'all, I wasn't supposed to be talking over loud because I'm trying to do better and steward my vocals, right? I'm trying to do better and steward this that God gave me, because I know the enemy, oh God, today, the enemy, oh God, today, the enemy will feel like he won if I can't talk. And so I have to be mindful. Hey God, today I give you glory. I have to be mindful, y'all. So I'm finally starting to steward my vessel, because he only gave me one. He only gave me one voice, one sound. And so I got to I'm getting too excited, y'all. I got to calm myself down. I'm fine. Hey, God, I give you glory. Oh, thank you, Jesus. See, I prayed for more expansion. And so they said that my voice needs to be heard in different areas. And my voice and my sound causes hell to tremble. So, of course, that's the thing that I have to make sure that I got a system. I got to make sure I got some. Lord, y'all ain't hearing me today. Lord, today, it's just something in me. Like, y'all, so now I need to make sure that I got a system and I got something that I'm being disciplined when it comes down to my vocals, when it comes down to my voice, when it comes down to the sound. Hey, God, today, so that tells me, so pride used to tell me, oh, I could just go and do this thing like I want to. I ain't got to have no vocal. I ain't got to drink no throat coating tea. I ain't got to drink no one. That was pride. Hey, that was pride. Oh, God, today. Oh, my Lord, today. But then humility says, I need to make sure I'm intentional about what I'm drinking, how I'm drinking it, when hey, God, today, somebody help me today. So let me help you. So pride, oh, God, pride will keep you from being accountable. And you know, the apostle said, well, what if people know that they're all over the place? What if people know that they don't have a system? What if people know they don't have structure? I said the only thing that could be stopping that from them acknowledging is pride.
Yeah.
It's pride.
It's pride.
It's pride.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. Humility holds you accountable. I ain't got no system. I've been all over the place. I tend to operate with keeping things in my head. So guess what? It's a possibility I said something in the midst of in the midst of a God moment. That discipline didn't allow me to capture the God moment. So I'm going to take accountability for me not lacking. Okay. And so even in that, Lord, today, no systems, no structure will cause you to lose out. So guess what? That's your loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
That becomes your loss.
Yeah. Some God was trying to build is going to fall.
That becomes your loss. And let me help you. Let me help you, because I like to make this thing real life, right? So that was an instance in my business, right? So I told y'all that I didn't have no structure, I didn't have no systems, I didn't have anything, and I was running, well, y'all probably don't know, but I'm also a travel agent, right? And so I was all over the place, y'all. I have 50 million businesses and was trying to run them all with no structure, but wondering why it's falling apart. Wondering why I'm losing out, wondering why it's not expanding like I know the Lord has promised me to expand it. It was because I didn't have no structure or no system. So it came a time where I had to come out of my pocket. Why are you giving that back? Why are you paying over $800 and something dollars, or why are you paying over whatever? I don't even remember I don't even think it was that much, like $5 something, but whatever it was. My husband was like, why is it that you giving this money back, right? And show you that I no longer operated from pride, because pride was gonna have me say, oh, I ain't giving them nothing back because I don't owe them nothing. But yeah, I did owe them something. It caused me to. I didn't have a structure. I didn't have a system. So I told my husband, I said, I got to take this. I have to be accountable. That shows humility. Yeah. That shows you. No, I did not give them all kind of other excuses. I did not give them all. I did not say, well, I took accountability because I'm operating from a place of humility.
Yeah, my fault. Something I didn't do.
Even though it was technically not really my fault, but it was my fault because it was my business. And if I'm operating a business in excellence and I'm asking God to increase me, I need to make sure that I have the structure and the system and the support to be able to handle the capacities that He's giving me. So it caused me to lose out.
Yeah.
It caused me to lose out. So I said, I got to give them back this money because I did not communicate with them properly. I was moving and I was all over the place. So I did not solidify. I did not read this contract to them. There was no contract in place because I didn't have the time to develop the contract. So I didn't send them the contract to let them, hey, so I didn't have the system in place to make sure that I can stand strong on I cannot refund you.
Yeah.
I cannot refund you. So because I lacked systems. But if I was operating from a place of pride, pride will cause you to lose. Pride will cause you to block. Oh, God, today. And so you will never walk in the fullness. Oh, let me help you today. You'll never walk in the fullness. You'll never walk in the capacity. It'll burn down and it'll collapse to the ground before you walk in it in a place of pride.
Lord Jesus.
You better get somewhere and humble yourself. The word says to humble myself. Lord, let me humble myself before you. And so many of us Many people, they have the potential of doing something great. They have the potential of making history over and over and over again, but they will not. Let me help you. Let me give you some insight. You might feel like you got by the way you got by with 18. You might feel like you got by the way you got by with 24, but you won't get by with more. You won't get by with double before that whole thing will burn down to the ground. Because see, if I didn't take that loss, and if I didn't say, hey, I gotta take this, and guess what I said? I said, nah, I know I gotta do better. I know I gotta do better because I can't afford to take no loss like this. I can't afford to have nobody. I can't afford to have them talking about my business line. I can't afford it. Because I know God is about to pour out increase. So guess what I said? I took that loss and I took it with a smile. I did not complain. My husband was doing more complaining than anything.
I had no understanding. At first,
my husband was doing more complaining than anything. But I was not. I took it with a loss. And guess what I said? I got to do better.
Yeah.
Now I got to go get some support.
Yeah.
Now I got to have a system. I don't care who it is. You're going to follow the system. It could be my friend, my cousin, my whatever. I got to make sure I have a contract agreement in place because I cannot continue to take these losses. But if you don't get to that place and pride will block you from getting to that place, you will continually lose till you then lost all out. You then lost out.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't want systems because system reveals inconsistency. Systems reveals your gaps.
Yeah.
System reveals where things are falling through. So instead of fixing it, they avoid it.
Yeah.
Instead of fixing it, they don't take accountability. Proverbs 16 and 18 says, pride goeth before destruction.
Yeah.
Destruction doesn't always look like collapse. Sometimes it looks like missed opportunity, mishandled gifts, mishandled people. So what if the issue is not you need more? What if it's that you need more discipline? You need more structure. You need more systems. You need more follow through. You need support. Because what God is trying to release requires something in you to be built.
Oh, Jesus. Man, look at this. God just gave me this right quick. Pride will destruct what God is trying to construct.
Oh, that's good.
Because see, God is trying to build something in you, but it's your pride that's causing it to fall.
Come on.
And again, some of you all may not deal with pride. It may be your inconsistency. It may be you're not being disciplined.
But what's the root to it?
But what is the root? Absolutely. And so, man, this is for you all to go to the root. Because some of you all have a business right now, and this business just seems like it's not being built. But you have to have self-accountability. Are you doing the work? Is it your pride that's saying, I got it all, I can do this? Let me tell you, my mom's kitchen. I don't want to feel like I can do it all by myself. That's why I'm putting it in systems. I'm putting things in place. Y'all wanted to be open like yesterday. Who again trying to get to the end without doing the work from the begin right to start right, and now it's starting to collapse. Man, you have to get things in order. God is a God of order. And see, we want to do things the way we want to. We want to do it with pride. We want to do it with lack. We want to do it with no discipline. We want to do it with inconsistency, but we want that end result that God has showed us.
Yeah.
Let's start off by writing this thing down.
Yeah.
Stop trying to just shoot it from the hip. Like, oh, I'm going to go this way today and tomorrow I'm going to go this way. No, what God showed you, what God told you, start there. Start with writing it down. If you need some healing, because some of us know we deal with pride. Yeah. And pride is you not even know you're dealing with something when you know you're dealing with something. And some of you all, you have to go to that root and uproot pride.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be real, y'all. Like, man, things ain't working out, not because of God, not because of the devil, but it's because of our discipline. It's because of our inconsistency. It's because of our pride. Man, we have to do what we need to do. And it starts with having accountability.
That's right.
It starts with accountability. So today, man, y'all, take accountability for your actions, for what you're in right now. You heard that saying, you made that bed, now lay in it. Whatever bed you laying in, you made it. And so if you built that bed on bricks, it may be a little hard for you. But when you build that thing on humility, man, come on. There's some comfort in it. There's some help. God is sending and doing what he needs to do, but we have to do what we need to do. Stop saying we're waiting on God when God is really waiting on you.
Come on. And are you prepared to manage what you are praying for?
It's a good
Are you
question.
prepared to manage what you are praying for? And again, every time we come with the dose of drug, we don't come as a form of condemnation, but this is a check. Today's check is a structure check. Today's check is a stewardship check. Today's check is a readiness check, because sometimes we're asking God for more while mishandling what we already have. We're praying for increase, but not managing what's already in our hands. We're asking for expansion, but don't have systems, support, or structure to sustain it. We're asking for overflow, but what we have now is leaking through a lack of discipline. Let me say that again. We're asking for overflow, but what we have now is leaking through a lack of discipline. We have to be honest. Sometimes it's not the devil. Sometimes it's not delay. Sometimes it's not even denial. Sometimes it's mismanagement.
Jesus.
Or it's just delay. Oh, and so now you focusing and you praying, talking about, oh Lord, remove the delay. Nah, it's not the delay. Delay is not there. Then you want to say, oh, denial don't mean delay. No. Stop with all the religious speaking and saying just to sound like make an excuse for why you
sound spiritual.
Make it sound over spiritualizing everything. No, it's not. No, it's not a denial. It's not a delay. It's not the devil. It's your mismanagement. It's your mismanagement. Why would God multiply what you haven't learned to manage? I gotta say that again. Why would God multiply what you haven't learned to manage?
Come on.
Because what God releases, he expects us to steward it. And stewardship requires discipline. Yeah. You don't need more ideas. You don't need more opportunities. You don't need more confirmation. You don't need another word. You need consistency. Yeah. Not just consistency, you need order. Like, y'all, man, you need systems. You need follow through. You need support. You don't need another word.
Bottom line,
you don't need no more confirmation.
You don't need no motivation.
You don't need no motivation. You don't need to watch another YouTuber or a TikToker or content creator. You don't need to invest in not another program. You don't need to invest in not that used to be me. I'm just talking about me. I was just talking about me. I didn't need to do any of that. You need consistency. You need order. You need systems. You need support, and you need follow through. Because discipline is what captures what God speaks. Yeah. Discipline is what sustains what God sends. Discipline protects what God releases and positions you for what's next. Yeah. Without discipline, what was meant to bless you can overwhelm you. What was meant to grow you can frustrate you. What was meant to expand you can expose you. Just like the apostle said, it can expose you. This is not about perfection. This is about alignment. Yeah. This is about maturity. Yeah. Lord, help me build the structure to sustain what you sending. A couple of weeks ago, the Holy Spirit kept talking to me about systems and structure, and I was posting that. And I didn't know. Wow. Even before him exposing to me what can happen when there is no systems or structures, he was showing me this. This is necessary. This is going to be necessary because what God is preparing you for requires something in you to be prepared. Are you asking for more, or are you ready to manage more? Are you just asking for an increase, or are you prepared? You don't need more. You need discipline. You need structure. You need system, because discipline is what protects what God releases.
Absolutely.
And what you can manage, guess what happens? God can multiply it.
Come on. Come on. What you can manage, God can multiply.
Come on.
And the reason why God is not multiplying, because you're mismanaging what you already have. And if we can be real, you think about your finances. If you asking for more finances, it's not that you don't have none. It's just you're mismanaging what you have now. For that business you have, you want your business to grow. But if you think about how you mishandling what you have now, whether it's the people that's coming, you can't even handle the overflow.
Come on.
If the overflow came right now, what systems you have in place right now that if that overflow came right now, would you be ready for it? And so, man, we just have to check ourselves. Today is about a self-check. And we changing your perspective, because a lot of times we blame it on everybody but ourselves. It's easy to look out a glass window instead of looking into a mirror, because that mirror is going to reflect you, your lack, the things you're not doing. But it's easy to look out the window and say that's the devil's doing. It's easy to look out the window and say, oh, it's because of my wife, because it's my husband, because of my family, because it's God. Come on, we even blame God for things not working out, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, it's me. It's me, Lord, who's not disciplined. It's me, Lord, who don't want to take the time to put systems in place, to put structures in place.
And then some of the times you ain't even got to put it in place. You just got to get in place.
That's it.
Because the structure in the system could be
already in place
before you. You just refusing
to get in
position and follow through with the system and structure that's before you, because you're so used to your pride is blocking your discipline. Pride is blocking it, because now you got to go in and you got to maintain it the way it's comfortable for you to maintain, outside of the structure and outside of the system. And let me just make this announcement. Anything that I'm a part of or connected to, is it got to line up and have strict systems and structures now moving forward. And so the reason why certain people are not advancing, because sometimes our connections are based on how far we gonna go first. So that's why it's so important. Let me tell you, I know God intends to increase me. I knew he did from the beginning. I had all kind of words and prophecies, east, the south, the north, the west, all these different things. And God is going to expand your business. But I did not have the structure. I was mismanaging. I didn't have the capacity to manage. I didn't have the support. I had a system that I was working and running at the same time. If you're looking for expansion, you got to get some support. You got to spend some money. Y'all, I am in the middle of tax season, y'all. I say I realized what what Holy Spirit was saying. You got to get system, you got to get structure. Finally got a VA, and that was the best thing I could have done. Have I seen the increase of it? I haven't. But I see where it's gonna come. I see where it's gonna come. Yeah, it's costing me something, but it's also making sure that I'm consistent. When I can't reply to an email, making sure I'm consistent. So now I'm showing God, Lord, thank you, Jesus, that now I can manage it. So now he can multiply it.
Come on. Absolutely.
And multiply every area of my life.
And this is for those of you who, because like you just said something, it made me think. It's for those of you who don't want to take the time to start the put the structure in place, to put stability, to put the right division down. Which will make some of us feel like we starting over, which will makes us feel like time is being wasted. Because again, we some people who want to just go and wanted to be fast and wanted to be quick. Even with Prophet is saying, no, she haven't saw the increase of it yet. but it's about to be multiplied.
Come on.
And see, some of you don't want to take the time because this thing that is going to take away or it's going to slow you down. It may slow you down. It may seem like it's pulling you back, but it's really going to catapult you because multiplication is not added. It's different. So it's not like kind's going to be added or whatever God want to add to you is going to be. No, it's going to be catapulted, which means it's multiplied. Man, that system that she's putting in place right now is going to have her set for life. And see, some of you all just have to take that time.
And you don't even got to take, because I'm not putting the system in place. You just got to hire the right support.
Yeah.
To put the system in place. So a lot of you are operating from a place of pride, saying, I can do it.
Yeah.
I got it.
So you don't want to hire nobody.
I'll write it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do this. You're operating from a place of pride. You've operated from that place for long enough. If you're preparing for expansion, you're preparing to go somewhere further, you got to spend some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't DIY. You can't DIY everything.
Yeah.
You some money or some time. But if you are already in the thick of things, you may not have the time. Because you got to shift with the shift. See, but if you would have been before, that's why you have to be prepared. That's why you have to be ready. So when you're in the midst of getting revelation, you can't let fear hold you stuck. You got to move. You got to shift. I couldn't feel with, I'm not going to be able to pay this lady. I had to shift with the shift because I have to make sure that I'm postured and I'm aligned with what God has in store for me. Everything that I have her doing, I can do. And that was from a place of pride that was blocking discipline, blocking structure, blocking systems, causing inconsistency.
All right, y'all. That's all I have. That's been your dose of drug for today, y'all. That's been your doing right under God. And we have to do our part, y'all. We have to do our part. And you know, I created a shirt last night that's gonna be coming soon. It's gonna be coming soon. This is for those of us, and I think I want to just bless, you know, whoever was in our class or whoever connected to me with this shirt, because I mean, it wasn't for gain. It was really for well, what's the word I'm looking for? Gratitude. You know, it was a testimony all in one. But the shirt I created, it says, "Doctor comes from doing right." The DR in doctor is from doing right. And see, some of us been doing wrong and been trying to get right results.
Come on, that's good.
I only became a doctor. My wife only became a doctor from doing right. And so, what are you doing to receive right results? Come on. You have to be doing what you need to do to receive the results that you want to, you know, receive. Mm-hmm. And some of us, you know, we're not being consistent. We're not being disciplined. We're not putting structures in place. We're not putting systems in place. But we want to receive the results that God has showed us. Yeah. Nah, you got to do the right thing, whatever the right thing may be. And so we expose pride. If you're still dealing with some pride, come on. Yeah. Pride leads to fall. But you're trying to build, you're trying to rise. You can't do it with pride. So pride, humility is saying, I need some help.
Humility is saying,
I need to put something in place. I need to be accountable.
Because you know, I know I don't have nothing in place.
I can't do it by myself. I need some people that's going to help me with what I need.
Humility.
That's humility.
The humility is saying, let me finally write this down.
Yeah.
Let me finally get some structure in place. Let me finally write down or say what the Lord is saying. That's humility. Pride is saying, oh, I'm gonna remember, oh, I got it, oh, I this, oh, I'm gonna do it, oh, I can do it, oh, I gotta do it, I've been doing it. Pride speaking. Humility says, I need help. Humility says, I need to make sure I have a system. Humility says, I need to take accountability for the lack of systems thereof, whether it gonna cost me at the end or not. Because y'all, I had to operate. I know let me tell y'all, I know I didn't have no system in place. I ain't sending people a contract or nothing. We just was communicating via email, and it cost me. I had to refund money. I had to refund something because the Lord Jesus, because I was operating from pride. I can do it all. I can remember. I can do this. I can do that. I don't need no system. I don't need no structure. I don't need no support. I can do it all myself. I don't need to hire nobody. I can do that. I can pride. And what does the word tells us? Pride comes before destruction. A collapse. Pride will pervert something that God has blessed. Pride will cause something that God has his hand on to become tainted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to take accountability for the. I could have said to her, I told y'all no refunds. I told y'all no refunds. Carnival don't give refunds. I don't give refunds.
I think during that time I was dealing with pride, huh? Was that?
I think you just wasn't understanding.
Oh yeah, because I know I felt the way. I felt the way.
Yeah, you did. But I had to say, I said, you know what? I didn't communicate this properly. I didn't have the contract sent over to you. I didn't have this done. So because of that, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you and your people back y'all money. And that's a loss I had to take.
And you know what?
I didn't argue with her and say, oh no, Carnival say no. I didn't argue with her from no place of pride when I know I didn't have my stuff together on the back end.
And guess what?
That's not humility.
Nope.
That's humility says, I know I ain't got my stuff together. Humility says, I know I know I'm all over the place. I know I'm all over the place because I was all over the place. I know I'm all over the place, but doing the right thing. Like my mother-in-law, blessings to you. My mother-in-law, I saw she came on. Blessings to you, doing the right thing.
Yeah,
I had to do the right thing because I knew where I failed. Man, and guess what it said? I told Apostle, I said, well, I gotta do it. I said, because it's on me. I said, but guess what? Next, I learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah,
I'm not moving without a contract. I'm making sure my contract is word for word. I'm not moving because I can't keep moving like that. Because I could have argued with her. I could have said, I'm not giving you nothing back. And guess what that would have done? Guess what? That would have caused her to go say, oh, I booked with her. She ain't gave me this. She ain't gave me that. So now
your business that's supposed to be building, yeah. Now it's going down because of your pride.
Come on.
Because of you not taking self-accountability. Because of you not having system. Because you not having contracts.
Come on.
It's you.
It's me. It was me.
And so we gonna blame God. You know, my business not.
And then when the people do that, we mad at them. Or how they gonna go out me like that? You that's what Pastor said. Expansion exposes. Increase exposes. So that's why you being exposed. That's why you deserve to be. Because maybe that'll cause you to become a little bit more humble in your next venture. Yeah. Maybe you need to be talked about.
Yeah.
To get your attention. I didn't need that because I understood where I lacked that. I didn't have no discipline. I didn't have no structure, y'all. I was doing it all myself, running at least 4 to 5 businesses all myself.
And the businesses was not growing. And it was good businesses, each and every one of them.
And all of them is bringing in something.
Yeah, yeah.
Just not what God intends for them to bring in.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to take that loss because I didn't have the money. I sent the money to where it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I could have argued with her, but what that would have cost me? What that would have cost me? What that would have cost me?
Yeah.
Now they talking about I'm a scam. Now, she just ripped people off their money. She probably ain't never even paid Carnival. She probably just kept all the money. But because if I would have been operating from pride, it would have destroyed. It would have destroyed. It would have collapsed.
Yeah.
But now, when I go forward with systems and structure, that person gonna say, "Oh yeah," because she ain't have to give us back our money.
Yeah.
She ain't and I told her that. I said, you know what? Because I didn't communicate with you, I was just talking to you through email. We never got on the phone. I never explained anything to you thoroughly. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give y'all back y'all money. Man, we got to do better, people, especially if we're asking God for increase, especially if we're asking God for more.
Yeah.
Especially if we want more, whatever it is that we're asking God for, you better get a structure. You better get systems. You better get positioned and posture to roll with the systems and the structure that have been put in place. And stop trying to wing it. Stop trying to do that. That's not getting you nowhere. And that's definitely ain't gonna get you where God is trying to get you to in your business, in your relationship, in whatever.
Yeah.
It taints your character. It taints your character. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you might look at your outer success as if your character ain't being tainted. I can say I make enough, I make more money. I got 5 businesses, and I ain't. That means nothing. That means nothing. Because I could have told her, I don't need to keep y'all money. Y'all money went to, because I got this business, I got that business, so I wouldn't steal from you. I was doing you a favor because I wasn't even making nothing off it. That would have been me sounding foolish, and that would have been pride operating. Go ahead and close them out with your shirt or whatever.
Yeah, because I don't know who I would charge at. Again, oh, you got it? Okay. And we running low on battery. I mean, but we over time anyway. We over time. And I got the shirt uploaded. This how the shirt gonna look for those of you. I haven't picked my final design, but yeah, that came from doing right.
That's right.
And so I want to bless a few people with that shirt, who for sure was a part of our class, man. And man, this weekend it was good, yo. And we're gonna come on here. I don't know if it's gonna be later. I don't want to say something that it's not gonna be, but we're gonna talk about it.
Absolutely.
We're gonna talk about it. But man, what design y'all think should be the one? I may do them all, but y'all got the point. Y'all got the point. Doctor came from doing right. I also got another one. Saying, call me what you want. Don't forget the doctor. Because see, some people gonna be calling you all kind of stuff, calling you your past, calling you these different names. Call me whatever you want. Just don't forget the doctor. That one coming too, y'all. So man, we got some stuff in the lab that's gonna be dropping. Man, we thank you all for the support. We thank you all for showing up to get your dose and telling. Look, some of y'all it don't feel good. My kid, my daughter, she don't like taking medicine, y'all. And see, a lot of times we don't like taking the stuff in that's going to actually heal us, that's going to help us. We're taking all kind of stuff, that's not good for us, but the things that we need, because it may be a little nasty, it may not feel good to us, but you need it. It's going to help you. So I know this dose today is probably don't taste good to some of you all. It don't sound good to some of you all, but just take it. Take the dose and let it help you. Let it heal you. It's all about taking the doses that God is pouring out, because it's going to help you do right under Him. Because we've been doing right under them. Yeah. We've been doing the things that, and it seems right to us, and it seems right to them, but it's wrong to God. And so now we have to start doing the things that's right under God, y'all. And so I hope today's dose opened up your eyes, shift your perspective, change your heart, expose the pride, the fruits of pride, because it just be some fruits of pride. It may not be pride. It may be just the fruits, and you got to get rid of those fruits. And it starts by uprooting whatever the root is, whatever it may be that's causing you not to operate the way God wants you to fully operate. You have to uproot it. And so, man, we thank y'all again, man. We love you all. We will be back tomorrow with another dose of drug. Same time, 12 p.m. Don't y'all meet us there, beat us there, and bring somebody with you. We love y'all. Be blessed.